healing people, delivering them from the evil spirit. So why aren't you healing people? Why aren't you? Why aren't you healing people? What else did he do? He says in Mark 11, verse 24, whatever you desire to pray for, believe that you have received it and you have it. He also says in John 14, verse 14, whatever, anything you ask from me, I will give it to you. Anything. Do we believe that? In Hebrews, he says, I am a giver. In James, he says, I am a giver. Do we believe that? If you don't, you shouldn't come to church. I'll tell you that bluntly. It's faith, faith in the Word, sacraments, confession. Don't harbor any resentments against anybody. That's what it says. Everything promise has a condition in the Bible. There's 3,000 promises. You can do anything. That's why we have the sacraments. You can do anything. The word can't is not in my vocabulary. The word can't is a sin if you use it. Because God says you can do anything, for I am Christ, and in my strength you can do anything. He said he had to occupy himself with the works of God who sent him. When you leave here today and you're talking to your neighbors, are you doing the work of God? Because in Mark chapter 16, Jesus said right before his ascension, and that's Thursday, his ascension day, he said to the disciples and to his apostles and the people that were present, these signs and wonders will follow those who believe me, have faith in me, and they will pick up asps, poisonous snakes, and move them from here to here, and nothing will happen to them. They'll raise the dead. They'll be praying in tongues. They'll lay hands on the sick, his last 11 words, as he has said. Lay hands on the sick, and they shall be healed. They will bind Satan and his demons and cast them into the abyss, that you have dominion over Satan. How many of us believe that? How many of us practice that? We sit in the pews, we're 60 years old, 70 years old, 80 years old, and you should be saying to myself, well, I haven't been doing this, I better find out why. You know, I took the time clocks out of the church when I come in here, you know. People come to church, they want to take their time ticket, punch it in when they come in, then go out, punch it in, they take it home and collect it in the waste. Then when they die, in the second coming, they want to bring a couple of bushels of baskets of time cards that they went to church. That's not going to get you into heaven. Coming to church is not going to get you into heaven. Believe me. It's healing people that will get you into heaven. I didn't say that. It's in the scripture. Christ's work for the salvation of man was continuous. The blind, the deaf, the lepers, those sick with various illnesses, the sinners who wept and repented for their sins, and of all the people with pain and sorrow, came and enjoyed his blessings. How many people come to you and say, John, Dave, Joe, give me your blessing? I was growing up 70 years ago. When a man walked down the street, he took his hat and told a lady, to a woman, regardless of what age. Somebody died in the family for a year, they wore the black bag. You walk down the street and they would greet you, Christos Voskras, all the greetings. You don't do it today. Now we got a government that wants to eliminate prayer. It's coming. Coming. Night and day, Christ worked for the salvation of mankind. While the scholastics and narrow-minded rabbis of Jerusalem and the philosophers of Athens and Rome tried to solve the problems of the evil in the world, and fell into many errors and follies without offering a bit to help to man. Christ, like a spiritual sun, S-U-N, that is, illuminated the world, still illuminates it today. Quickly he solved problems and helped the people. You don't have to run to the government to get healed. The doctor, he can help. Doctors don't cure. Only God heals and cures. Just as I didn't say stop going to doctors, because the book of Sirach, book of wisdom, tells you how to go to a doctor. I think we should read it. Chapter 38. Christ, when he lived physically on the earth, and even now when he is in heaven, did not stop and does not stop working for the salvation of the world. Apostle Peter says he went about doing good. Got to remember one thing. Everything that we have, everything, whether you're Catholic, Protestant, Muslim, belongs to God. The money that you have belongs to God. The house that you live in belongs to God. The car that you drive in belongs to God. Oh, we're having a lot of earthquakes. Why does God permit that? You know, one of the attributes of God is anger and wrathfulness. When the Jews, who still have a covenant with God, violated that covenant, they were severely punished. Our scripture, Revelation, the Old Testament, and even Jesus prophesies what is going to happen. We should think about this. And not worry about if we're burning too much coal that it's going to get warm. Where it's going to get warm is in a lake of fire. This work of salvation, Christ invites all Christians. There is so much misfortune in this world. Thousands of people suffer physical and spiritual pain and need the help of their fellow man. Let us then imitate Christ. Let us work for the good. Let each of us become a small sun, S-U-N, so we can illuminate those around us who will do good with your words, my words, the words of Christ, and with the works of our fellow men. In a little while, earthly life ends. It does. And the great night of death comes. We shall cry, mourn greatly, because we did not do good in this world, as Christ did during his earthly life. Oh, my people, it's not what you do that gets you into heaven. It's who you are. We have the sacraments, but we need to do more than the sacraments. Oh, people, let us start doing good. Let us all say with the whole mind, with the whole soul, let us say,